Welcome to my channel. Today, we're exploring Stellar Defiance, a sci-fi journey where humanity stands strong and defies the odds across the galaxy. Dive into epic starship battles, powerful tech, and the resilience that makes us unstoppable in a universe full of challenges. If you're ready for a thrill-packed adventure in deep space, hit subscribe, and let's get started. Humanity's last sanctuary is not merely a tale of survival, it is a reflection on the essence of human resilience, the unyielding drive to endure against overwhelming odds. It is a story of a species scattered across the stars, their once glorious civilization now reduced to mere fragments, struggling to reclaim what was lost. The sanctuary itself is the final bastion of humanity, a remnant of a once great empire. It is a place where the last of humanity's survivors have gathered, holding on to the hope that, despite the many forces working against them, they might once again see the light of a new dawn. The galaxy was once a tapestry of human expansion, their reach stretching from star to star, planet to planet, creating colonies, developing new technologies, and spreading the influence of their empire across the vastness of space. Their civilization was proud, powerful, and progressive, advancing at an unprecedented rate. But their growth, while impressive, came at a cost. Over time, the empire's leadership became corrupt, its military forces grew increasingly tyrannical, and their hunger for resources and control expanded into dangerous territories. What followed was a slow, insidious unraveling, a collapse that came from within. The pride of humanity led to its downfall, and the galaxy began to turn on itself. The rise of alien factions, the constant infighting among human leaders, and the reckless pursuit of scientific experiments beyond the realm of safe exploration tore apart the once united species. Soon, the galaxy was a battleground, humanity at war with itself and with the various alien races that had begun to realize that humanity, in its ambition, had overextended its reach. The final blow came not from an external force, but from the inevitable consequences of human arrogance, an event known only as the Great Sundering. It was an explosion of cosmic proportions, an unintended consequence of the Empire's last-ditch effort to harness unimaginable power, a cataclysm that rendered the galaxy's infrastructure irreparably damaged. Now, humanity is no longer the dominant force it once was. What was left of the Empire is scattered in disarray. Empires are fallen, colonies have been lost, and the vast majority of humanity lies extinct, reduced to isolated pockets of survivors, struggling to survive in the chaos. But one place remains a sanctuary, the glimmer of hope in a dying universe. The sanctuary is an ancient installation located in the remote reaches of space, a place designed as a contingency in the event of humanity's collapse. It was created long before the Great Sundering, as an emergency reserve where the last of humanity could seek refuge, regroup, and rebuild. However, even this last refuge is far from secure. Over time, the sanctuary has become a symbol of both hope and desperation. Those who have managed to reach it are a mix of survivors, some from war-torn colonies, others from failed space expeditions, and still more from forgotten research stations scattered across distant planets. The sanctuary was not just meant to be a physical location, it was also a repository for humanity's knowledge, technology, and history, an archive of their species' greatest achievements and, unfortunately, their greatest failures. The sanctuary's inhabitants are a fragmented group. In the years since the Sundering, factions have formed, each with their own vision for humanity's future. Some wish to rebuild the old empire, reinstating the central authority that once ruled the stars. Others reject the Empire's old ways, wanting to forge a new path, free from the mistakes of the past. But in truth, no one knows how to rebuild from the ashes of their civilization. The once thriving cities that filled the sanctuary now lay abandoned, overgrown with alien flora, while only a few outposts remain active, barely holding onto the remnants of their old glory. The population is small, and the resources even smaller. Supplies are running low, and tensions rise every day as factions vie for control of what little remains. Within this fractured world stands a young leader named Captain Amara Miles. She is the leader of a group known as the Reclaimers, survivors who have banded together to explore the remnants of the galaxy in search of new resources and ways to rejuvenate the sanctuary. They are a group of pioneers, willing to venture into the unknown to bring hope back to the dying world. Miles, once a rising star in the Empire's military, now finds herself fighting for survival. Her past is filled with the memories of the Empire's fall, the death of her family, the loss of her comrades, and the destruction of the world she once fought to protect. But she refuses to succumb to despair. She is determined to lead her people toward something more, a chance for humanity to rebuild itself from the wreckage. Miles' crew is diverse, drawn from all walks of life: engineers, doctors, scientists, soldiers, and diplomats. Each member brings their own skills to the table, but they are united by one common goal: survival. In the depths of space, survival is a fragile thing. The threats they face are manifold, ranging from hostile alien factions who have seized control of once human territories, to mercenary groups who prey on the weak, to the ever-present threat of natural disasters that have become more frequent since the Sundering. The universe is a cold, uncaring place, and every day feels like a battle for existence. But within the sanctuary, there is a sense of camaraderie, an understanding that their survival depends on each other. No one is truly alone, not in the sanctuary. Despite their unity, the survivors' situation is grim. The sanctuary's technological infrastructure is outdated, its power systems unstable. Without a source of new energy, the installations risk shutting down. Without the proper repairs, even the medical facilities could fail. And without access to the galaxy's once abundant resources, survival is becoming increasingly difficult. There are factions within the sanctuary that argue for desperate measures. Some propose raiding nearby colonies, while others suggest a more radical course of action, launching expeditions to unexplored sectors of the galaxy, hoping to find new worlds to colonize, or perhaps a miracle. Captain Miles is torn. She believes in the ideals of rebuilding, but she knows that a reckless approach could doom everyone in the sanctuary to an even worse fate. As the weeks turn into months, the pressure mounts. One expedition team, led by Miles herself, departs in search of a distant star system rumored to harbor a planet with untapped resources. The journey is long and treacherous, with their ship, an aging transport vessel, creaking under the strain of interstellar travel. The crew faces mechanical failures, hostile environments, and the ever-present specter of alien encounters that could jeopardize their mission. But what they discover in this distant star system will change everything. The planet they find is not empty. It is inhabited, though not by humans. Instead, it is home to a race of enigmatic beings, ancient and alien, whose presence on the planet predates even humanity's first steps into space. These beings, who call themselves the Solvar, are a highly advanced species, but one that has long since abandoned their quest for expansion. They have watched the rise and fall of countless civilizations, and their history stretches back further than the humans can comprehend. They have observed humanity from afar, their knowledge of the species vast and incomprehensible. The Solvar, however, are not interested in power or war. Instead, they have chosen to live in peace, isolating themselves from the rest of the galaxy. To Captain Miles and her crew, the Solvar are a mystery, a puzzle that might hold the key to humanity's survival. The Solvar offer them knowledge, advanced technologies that could repair the sanctuary's failing systems, and wisdom that might allow humanity to avoid the same mistakes that led to its downfall. But the Solvar also warn them, humanity is at a crossroads. It is a species on the brink, and the choices they make in the coming years will determine whether they will rise again or be lost forever. The Solvar offer a choice: humanity can join them in peace, learn from their ancient knowledge, and evolve beyond their violent, self-destructive tendencies. Or, they can continue down the same path, recreating the mistakes of the past and ensuring their inevitable fall. The decision is not easy. Captain Miles and her crew face a moral dilemma: should they take the Solvar's offer and work to rebuild humanity, or should they try to forge their own path, free from the influence of the past? The fate of humanity rests on their shoulders, and the pressure of the decision weighs heavily on Miles. In the end, the choice is made not just by Miles, but by all the survivors in the sanctuary. They must decide whether to accept the wisdom of the Solvar or to carve their own future, one that is uncertain, but full of the potential for change. The final decision, the one that will define humanity's future, is not easy. It is one that requires sacrifice, wisdom, and an unwavering belief in the potential of their species. But whatever path they choose, the sanctuary will no longer be just a place of refuge. It will be the birthplace of a new chapter in human history, one that will either restore humanity to its former glory or push them into an entirely new direction. Humanity's last sanctuary is not just a tale of survival, it is a story about growth, about understanding the true nature of what it means to be human. It is a story about the strength to endure, to adapt, and to learn from the mistakes of the past, knowing that no matter how dark the future may seem, there is always hope.